morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Alright. Let's see what we got. I gotta put my chair down a little bit. Dum 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 dum. Okay. I am going to use the same decks as I did with this scenario. I know I told you guys I would be back to do like a collective on it and explain, and I apologize I didn't. I had the Harley Davidson course. So I'm back. And I'm sore, but I passed. Good morning. I passed my biker's test. So I'm very excited. I know. At first I was like, oh, I don't know. You know? So it was a little like, But, you know, each day got better and better and better. Where my hands are killing. I got most improved. Most improved. So, yeah, it was a lot of work. I don't know if I'll even be able to ride a bike like that. I'm hoping. But this hand and my wrist, that's normal, right? Because doing something for the first time. But this hand kept me up all night in these fingers. So I had already had wrist problems since the accident. You guys remember when I used to wear them? I wore those things for like 6 months. So it is triggering some things. But I won't know until I have my own bike and I'm out there practicing, you know? So, you know, it's a hard fucking course. It's a hard fucking course. I'll just say that. So, WkEnd Energy. Let's see. Let's see how I want to do this. Well, let's see what's coming in. That's not going to be easy for me. Okay. WkEnd Energies, please. WkEnd Energies. Oh, choppy. Choppy. And okay. Don't really want to do decisions. Alright, let's just see. WkEnd Energies, please. see what else comes out. But we got trust and you deserve love. I'm going to start again. Let's see. Energy, please. Oh my god, these decks are fucking sloppy. What the fuck is going on? Alright, one more, please. Which one flipped first? Okay. Getting to know each other, pay attention to red flags. As you reveal your most inner selves to each other, your bond deepens. The signs are cautioning you. I actually just got pulled to this deck. Okay, I'm feeling really discombobulated right this second. I don't know. I don't think we have. I'm just looking for my sticky notes. I didn't put it up here. Okay, just give me a minute. Okay, this is silly. I definitely think I don't think I've ever placed a box of tissues on my desk, so, and my nose just ran. I don't know where I was fine this morning, so some of you, it's definitely tongue. All right. We have getting to know each other. Pay attention to red flags. What else are we working with this weekend? There's disappointment. There's sorrow. It's the Three of Swords. Eight of Wands. Communication. Okay, I keep hearing discombobulated. Discombobulated. Feeling utterly confused, disoriented, or unsettled. Best being just thrown out of balance, mentally mixed up, or having one's composure disturbed, often used in a humorous way or informational way to describe out of sorts. Okay. And I'm not gonna lie, all of a sudden I feel like I'm out of sorts. Like it just feels like even the cards were kind of all over the place. Not wanting to kick in. So, Three of Swords, Eight of Wands, the Five of Wands. You could feel depleted, trapped. It's typically jealousy. This particular card is kind of showing me it's the Five of Wands. You don't usually see that type of Five of Wands. Sometimes it can be confusion, jealousy, drama, pettiness, conflict. So some of you over the weekend can be conflicted. This could be getting to know somebody all over again, or somebody reaching out and it's like, oh, I haven't talked to you in a while. This pay attention to red flags. It does not necessarily mean that there's red flags. There's just so many things that have already happened that for some of you definitely have to pay attention to the red flags. I just felt like I was on fire. Not like a hot flash, but like on fire. And here we go with that fire energy. One more so we can. Two of Pentacles. This is about finding balance, grounding. This is like feeling out of sorts. But I do feel like or something sets somebody else off. I'm really trying to tune into this reading and the cards, and it's becoming more and more, I don't know quite the words. I'm trying to have Spirit give me something here, because it is off. Honestly, feels like I can't even read right now. I can tell you the basics, but I can't. I don't know, guys. That might just be a message. I'm not gonna lie. I know that's weird. This has only ever happened to me, not even a handful of times. And this is one of those readings. Anything else you can tell us? Compassion. You're being asked to be kinder to yourself. Time to take a break. Instead of being a taskmaker, a bully, or a horrible friend, be a loving comforter who has your back. So this isn't compassion for somebody else. This is compassion for yourself. So I'm not really, something throws you off for whoever this reading is for. Something here is going to throw you off. You're being asked, you're being given the opportunity to begin again. Allow yourself to embrace the new life and open up fully to the gift you have been giving. So residual energies, possibly lingering, because, man, it has been a very long time since Spirit has put me in this position. If there is some disappointment, something petty, jealousy, anything like that, it's throwing you off. I wouldn't engage. Definitely be gentle on yourself. There is a fresh start coming. This could be getting to know a certain side of you, or we have starry observation, a little piece in a cosmic mirror, a little piece in a cosmic puzzle, a little piece of cosmic puzzle universe only reveals the secret if you dare to dance in the starry dazzle. You might see something in the sky. Maybe you should purposely look at the sky. Or you're just talking to your guides at night. But it's basically saying dare to dance. So there is something coming into play here with the starry observatory. If you feel out of sorts, discombobulated, any of them, take a step back. Take care of yourself. Just know it's one of those things you will get better as the weekend goes on if this energy is around. Tell me about the Two of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. So I do like that because you're finding some type of balance, reciprocity. It could be work life, it could be material. I don't see anything here really about money, but it's the green, it's the uplifting color going from this to this. Hello. Tell us about fresh start. Ten of Swords. So, but it's like, to me, this is a fucking beautiful card. A beautiful Ten of Swords. And being protected. Look at that card. I've never seen a Ten of Swords look like that. Absolutely beautiful. This, I don't think you're going to be feeling the Ten of Swords, guys. This is something you've already endured. Just heads up on the decisions you make this weekend if it involves another person. I don't see like it can be a sneaky friend, like a rat. There's something here. There is another energy here. If you know if this is regarding another person, and this is how you feel about some sort of situation, but to be honest with you, I don't even feel or see anybody else like that. These are just kind of overall energies. So some could be like, okay, the bond's getting better, this and that, but you could be scaring yourself and talking yourself out of a new start or moving something forward. But this reading is mainly about you, how you proceed, the strength you have, whatever you've endured. This could be, I am here in past life, but I didn't even want to say it, but Spirit made sure I did. But for me, like a death. But a death that has possibly already occurred. And that could be you, not a physical death. It could be, an ending, and it was just, it took a lot out of you. All this looks draining. It can cause pettiness. So I don't know if it's something you just went through and Spirit's like, hey, it's over. Or I actually do feel like a masculine energy here. So I don't know if there's a masculine not letting go of pain from a past person. Reluctant. I'm hearing reluctant to say. Reluctant. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's not a good communicator. There could have been some arguments here. Some of you, this might come in over the weekend and you're like, oh, I'm just done. There's too many red flags, right? But then this was supposed to be getting to know each other. Yeah, okay. That would make sense why I just felt that, because that card was supposed to be there. So this is more or less energy of you or somebody else already has managed to cause pain. Now, pain works two ways. They could have been ignorant, they could have been arrogant, they could have been narcissistic. This could be somebody who doesn't want to be emotionally available. This is somebody who doesn't want to trust anybody because of something that's already happened. Ego, for sure. I don't know if this is the death of the ego, but I mean, considering it's on that card, yes, but something might flip, as there is something tricky happening this weekend, and it's not being shown exactly clearly. That must be a message for somebody, because when I say stuff like that, it's the way I said it. This has been a thing all week. You guys might be with me. I know it's not necessarily in resonance, but I feel like it's not, but it must be if I'm talking about it. And I don't remember what I was going to say. Damn it, Spirit shut me down. That was quick. Okay. It would certainly be nice. I'd love to stay optimistic and say this is the death of an ego. For some of you, yes, for sure. Others of you, you could be torturing yourself trying to get to know somebody, or trying to get a connection going, or trying to get you feeling better about what may have just happened. I'm so glad Spirit just opened the door for me to read for you guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. Not mad. Just, thank you for that moment of clarity that was just given for 20 seconds. Oh, I was talking about gifts. This could be confusing you too. The last few nights as I'm going to bed, I can shut my eyes. It's almost like I go into instant, not comatose, instant, Spirit was just going to say it. Instant retribution. What? Because this is about having more compassion for yourself. I do feel like, yeah, but I'm not even sleeping. So I'm not even in a deep realm. I'm literally just shutting my eyes. And the first time I saw massive forest, and there was trees all the way down in a forest, but they were symmetrical. I don't even know what that means. Symmetrical. So they were evenly placed, groomed, even though the pine trees at the top of the fucking forest are not being shaped like that. But it was here. Oh, maybe that's why it's coming in, because the green. You might feel oh man, I don't know, something's not right. But it will balance out. And then there was a house on the right, and then that vision went away. And then there was another one, because I couldn't get the forest back. There was 3. I'll have to think about it later and write it down for myself. That to me, that's definitely a new door opening for me. Redwood Forest? Yeah, no, the trees weren't like that. Very aligned, and as the vision was going away, the trees were sucking in, moving in. You know how Beauty and the Beast, when she's on the horse and she's running through the void on the horse? It was like that, but it was happening in front of me. And I wasn't worried about getting closed in because I had my house, I think it was my house on the right, and it was just like a corner. There wasn't any other houses around. It was very bizarre, and it probably wasn't even my house, so I don't know why I said my house. So that some of you do have a past life gift coming in. I have no idea how I'm even supposed to work with what's been happening. But next time it does, I will definitely try to zoom in on it better, for sure. And try to figure that out. Oh, thank you so much. Very exciting. Thank you. Yummy, yummy. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
What was I saying? I don't want to forget what I was saying. The gift, right? Oh, meaning like I don't know what to do with it yet. But it was like visionary. But it's not a visionary I've ever seen before. Like, I know how to imagine in my head, and it was the feeling in my head. It was like all I had to do was shut my eyes, and within 20 seconds, I felt like I was already not in another realm, but it wasn't sleep, but I was wide awake, but I wasn't wide awake. Oh yeah, Spirit was trying to spit out a word here. So any of you guys have any idea on what that may be, please feel free to comment. But I guess Spirit did want me to bring that up. There's nothing here saying anything about a gift, but we have been talking about certain stuff. So there is a gift coming in. It could be a spiritual gift. It could be, a friend, a person. It could be money that restores something that has just been one fucking hell of a ride for you. They're also asking you to go outside, stare at the stars. Even if you don't see anything, it's just asking you to dance with the stars. It's like that song, Sit It Out or Dance. And from a very young age, and I kind of felt bad because I didn't want my kids to get upset. And I just remember hearing that song one day, and I said, God forbid I ever died, before you guys. Really pay attention to the words in this song. It's not as simple as you think it is. It's very complex. You would have to really, there's, almost like that Scorpio depth. And I'm telling, this is Scorpio depth. Some of you, I'm surprised I'm not seeing anger. I mean, the 5 of Wands, there could be some anger, but this is disappointment. So whatever is going on, is a lot of people. This might honestly be a situation where it's you kind of being drawn to each other. But I don't know if it's reciprocated. That's just it. If that's the case for some, then this is, a chance to have a new start. I gotta pee. Let me take a bite of this. And now that Spirit's letting me read into this without giving me clear communication, I can do that. Oh, come on. Oh, yeah, can we? Man, usually overcook stuff. I usually don't get oak, so when he cooks. So I'm happy. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. I will keep an eye on it. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. And if any of my chatters are on, please let me know if you can hear me. If you guys can hear me, can you hit the thumbs up? Just so I can continue right now. Oh, I got one, but I had already had like 20 likes up there. So it did currently work. So I'm going to go with it and hope for the best. I actually had a bathroom thought, and I feel like I haven't had a bathroom thought. There we go. In a while. And I got pulled to my certificate that says most improved. So something here is improving. I want to say it definitely says most improved. Because day one I was like, yeah, most improved. I might even I heard frame it. I'm not framing that. But it is an accomplishment. So some of you guys, there is a big accomplishment happening over the weekend, or you're working on it. Like, I was so proud of myself on that bike. And what helped is I was actually, as nervous as I was, as soon as I got the feel for the friction zone and first gear, so in between, as soon as I got the friction zone down, it was like that, but it was still tough. Like, I wasn't like wicked comfortable making turns. Like, when they have you weave and do all this stuff, like, you're on point. If you don't do it and you don't do it right, and they're strict, they will kick you out, because they said to me, do you want to voluntarily leave? And I was like, no, why would I want to voluntarily leave? And this was like after the first exercise. And she's like, well, you're really behind. We can't keep we can't keep the groups like behind. It's just how it works here. Like, and I looked at her, I'm like, isn't this like a teaching class? She's like, yes, but if you can't keep up, then you don't pass. And I was like, kind of like disappointed. And she's like, you weren't even using the throttle, Courtney. And I was like, I didn't even know I was supposed to use the throttle. I didn't hear you say use the throttle. You said to everybody, find your friction zone and walk the bike to the end of the parking lot. So kind of like use your feet, find the friction zone, and it will take you. The bike will move. And then somebody else came over and I was like, no. I said, I didn't even understand, I guess, what you said. I must have misunderstood. And right after that, they're like, well, okay, the 3 teachers hesitated. And then one came over and said, let her try, since she wasn't using the throttle. And like that, I was up and going. So this school is no joke. It is, you can't keep up, you can't do it, you can't figure it out, you're out. They'll let you come back. It was freaking very, very expensive riding course at Harley Davidson. Hundreds. Multiple hundreds, quadruple hundreds, okay? But you keep, if you fail, you get to go back, you get to go back, you know, and join the next class. But at first, I looked at him like, isn't this a learning school? Like, I kind of got a little bent out of shape. And again, thank God, you know, she came over and was like, let her try. If it wasn't for that one person having a little faith, I would have had to start over. I mean, I could have been discouraged, like, you know. So there's definitely like sensitive emotions. And it is hard for me to hear the teachers in each corner. And, you know, they show you something. And it's like, if you don't catch it, you're not listening. And then there was a couple times I followed other people that weren't even in line, and they'd be like, Courtney, where are you? Where are you supposed to be? They're like, stop following other people. But they were on me. They were on a lot of other people too, but they were on me. So I already felt like I was a target. But, and then when I went back the second day, you know what he said to me? He's like, I didn't think you were coming back. I was like, oh my God, was I that bad? He's like, no. He's like, but you took a beating yesterday. And I said, well, I'm here to learn to ride a bike, you know, and he was proud of me. So that's why I got most improved, which is not a certificate they usually give out, but they really wanted to acknowledge it in front of everybody, because most people would never sit through what I sat through. Most people get up and leave. So I am proud of myself. And it showed resilience, I'm hearing. So, but again, so proud of myself, right? Don't necessarily see this here, right? So this is already kind of telling me this is something else, but there's something in between. Like I said, like a new gift or a person or somebody says something, drama, you know. I don't even see you cutting it off, not even with the Ten of Swords. This does feel like death of the ego. It did take me a minute because it was the first thing that kind of came to me. And I was like, well, I don't know. But I did see, so I'm still like, I don't know. So there's an I don't know situation here with getting to know each other with the Ten of Swords. But I'm telling you, I have never seen a Ten of Swords look so beautiful. I know, I'm so proud of myself, guys. It's been a long time since I've been like proud of myself. I don't know how to explain it. Like, I am a confident person, but like I'm really proud of myself. especially at my age, getting on a motorcycle for the first time, doing the course from, 8 in the morning, 8 at night for 4 days, guys. It's no joke. We had rain, we had it all, but it was so beneficial. And riding a bike is fucking scary. Like, I'm not scared on the bike, but knowing the knowledge about motorcycles blows my fucking mind. You make one wrong move, you're not paying attention. It is like that. And and they even say the teacher's been doing it forever. They were looking at something, and I actually got more comfortable when they said, you need to look where you're going. And you think I would be, right? But they're talking, your head already has to be around the corner. Here's the corner. You're right here. Your head already has to be looking over here in order to move your bike. It's wild, but it's exciting. So this is all messages for you guys. So something here that could have caused, or definitely caused, disappointment, could have even been a completion, an ending. You're like, fuck that. But this ending is fucking beautiful. So that tells me the Tower, something had to have come in the last few weeks or within a month, and it's residual energy. And there is an energy here. I am feeling a masculine energy. I thought it was over here, but I'm getting pulled to this one. But I did have that card over here, right? So it's I don't know if somebody had an awakening. I'm hearing a clearing. But this would be somebody that still has to clear something, because it's almost like somebody here doesn't even really give anybody a chance because of such past pain. So that person probably inflicted some type of pain towards the other person. And then you end up in a situation like this. What is this 8 of Wands? You got open up. You're being asked to open up your heart to another, to let down your walls, and to trust that they are what's best for you. Your life will open up in wonderful ways once you decide to open up. So again, this would be your choice whether to open up or not. But this could be coming from the other end too, because I did say you are dealing with an energy here that I think was not emotionally available, emotionally mature, egos. If someone's going to hold on to a past and past pain for years and years and years and years, like, you're torturing yourself. You're not evolving. You're not growing. You're staying stagnant. And people wonder why they repeat the same fucking cycle, because you're not doing anything new in your life to improve your fucking life. You may date, you may do this, you may do that, but all you're doing is, stringing people along and holding a fucking carrot in front of their face as if they're a fucking horse. And you're steering a fucking wagon. It's cruel. So something here had to have drastically shifted to get this type of 10 of Swords. Good thing I used this deck, because I don't remember this 10 of Swords at all. It is my favorite 10 of Swords so far, ever. And look at the protection between the gargoyle, the fucking swords, the gift of food, people taking care of your grave, after you're gone, probably knowing, because you'll be back one day and that gargoyle will probably fucking be there. Like, I don't know if this is sacred land. that card is, it really is telling me it's a big deal in regards to this scenario. So some of you are looking at this as, I'm glad it went down. This is also because you've learned, but this is also telling me some of you haven't let go of the pain. Even though it's beautiful, because it's basically saying maybe if you forgive a certain situation or try again, be gentle on yourself, you're going to have that type of 10 of swords, which to me is fucking phenomenal, because you moving fucking forward and grounding yourself and finding reciprocity, finding synergy, finding whatever this is for you, might not even be necessarily, grounding. It's just however something proceeds here or moves forward, this has to be gone. Because even in the midst of this, they want you to dance under the stars, which I think is a beautiful message. Some of you might see something. This could be something that could activate you. I did get an itchy head the other day out of the blue, and I was thinking about somebody in particular, and I do remember doing a reading for you guys in regards to like the head and whoever that person was for you. Like, it's not the first time it's happened again. It actually happened multiple times to me. So if some of you have like an itchy head out of the blue, what is it you're thinking of? It's like all of a sudden you have, you just have this itch. And like you have to like get to it. It's like you have to put your phone down and everything. Like everything stops. You fucking itch your head, for a second. And then you say, and then you got to remind yourself, because it happened to me. I'm like, oh yeah, I think that happened. What was I supposed to? Oh, I was supposed to think about. Was I thinking about a person? Yada yada yada. And I couldn't remember, but I know my thoughts currently before that was thinking about a person. It could just be a peak. It's not a peak of energy. It's, you guys must be soulmates. There's something like this. Fuck guys, this is protected, and this energy has been coming in for a while. So maybe it doesn't feel like a soulmate to you. Maybe it does feel karmic. I'm not sure. But this is definitely telling me, because they wanted me to stress past life and say it to you, but I wasn't seeing or feeling it, but I had to say it. So, the two of you might be connected to this, and each time it becomes karmic because somebody's not learning, somebody's not putting effort into it. You're not getting effort. Like, all you see is red fucking flags. And you're probably dealing with somebody that's like, oh, maybe you're not, you need to be more confident, or this or that. And it's like, if somebody told me I needed to be more confident, I would be livid. I almost said it's a belittling. Because if that person feels that way, that's projected from their past. I actually had somebody I was dating the first time around with something, and I'm not living like this again. But I was like, who the fuck do you think I am? I'm not your ex, not your ex-wife. I'm not this, I'm not that. And I like lost my shit. And I'm like, I'm all set with that shit. Like, you're projecting, this person, all he did was think about him. Like, he didn't think about me and how I felt and what I was experiencing. He didn't give a shit. And that's the truth. And then I'm stuck in this energy because somebody's telling me they want to try, and then it goes to shit again. Like, how many opportunities are you going to fucking give someone? this would have to be like, whew, I don't see how somebody's going to try to reach out, but it's telling me that somebody's going to reach out, and good luck. Good fucking luck. I mean, my own thoughts of my own incident that already went down, could you tell and hear it in my voice? It's still like, I don't get it. Why? We are at this age, and why are we still doing this stupid shit? Why are we still hurting other people? Like, I don't get it. And, it's the Matrix. I get it. But there is a soulmate connection. I wouldn't even say twin flame. You know how I feel about twin flames anyway. This is a soulmate connection. It's also death of the ego, but this is definitely a soulmate connection. To me, you've already attempted to probably, end this. Like, your 10 of Swords was always there. It just didn't look like that. And maybe it ended because Spirit made it end, or you had to go through that so that person could feel guilty or pain or something. So they would open their fucking eyes. So you could have just been a lesson for somebody, unfortunately. And I'm really sorry. I have been that person, and it is heartbreaking to learn that way. And then to like learn it again when you go to adjust on how you want to approach things, and you still end up in the same situation. You did nothing wrong. This energy is wrong. They didn't appreciate you. They didn't think about how you felt. I mean, it's obvious. And it's multiple times. There's not just it's one. This is multiple. But you were soulmates in a past life. So again, like I said, I've had connections where I just don't get it. But the souls connect, which is therefore even more frustrating when you're dealing with somebody who hasn't let go of their past and then projects it onto you. So you're in for a doozy of a weekend, or just a discombobulated situation out of sorts, conflicted. But if you lay the past to rest and you do start fresh and you're on an even playing ground, you absolutely have a chance to salvage something, especially because this is becoming karmic. So within the last few weeks, something became very karmic. And it could be because somebody doesn't have faith, or they don't believe in themselves, or they have the lack of confidence. But you want to tell me I have a lack of confidence? Okay, dude. Whatever this new start is, whether it's a gift, a person, place, a thing, or it's refreshing energy, you're getting through it. And this is a strong, powerful connection, guys. I don't think you see it. Like, there's a connection, but I think you can't place it. It doesn't make sense to you. Maybe I don't think this person or situation has made sense to you from the beginning, but there was clearly, love. If it wasn't love, someone liked you a shit ton, but for majority it was probably love with this, or just too much drama, too much disappointment. But you might have let it go. Maybe this person's coming back around, or you let it go and you said, oh, fuck that, I ain't doing that no more. But if you did do that, you cleared your karma. So you're right, you won't do that no more. There's a chance that person could come back around, though, and that person might actually be apologetic, or you just see a different side of them. Maybe you guys call a truce, you know. And I've tried calling truces with people too, guys, but at the end of the day, there's always pettiness, there's always anger. One always does not reciprocate. Like, me and my so-called twin got a lot of love for each other. There's a bond that we shared that you don't get to share with many people. But it doesn't mean it's unconditional love. To me, it is more unrequited love. But it's still love. So, meaning I don't really ever find the right space with this person. We do and we don't. It is difficult to explain. Could make you feel discombobulated even trying to figure it out. So again, don't get your panties in a fucking bunch, because I do feel by the end of the weekend, doesn't have to be a person, just a situation that comes up out of nowhere, or it's been lingering, it gets put to rest, and in a very beautiful way. Somebody new could come into your life, but the Six of Cups have been coming out for a while. It definitely has probably something to do with your past, and this could be spirit asking you to open up what is my energy is being projected and transmitted, and is hitting this person to open up. And if that's the case, it's because a past life connection. This would be one of those things. And I don't know if you guys remember, I don't want to mention names, but there was one person where I was like, I can't believe I even went down that road with him, you know, knowing him for so damn fucking long. And it took me forever to figure out, like, why. I don't get it, you know. But their soul, you know, talks to me. So, you know, like, or Courtney, like, we don't even know what you like, because, you know, it's always something different when it comes to cultural differences, you know, the same authenticity. There's only been a couple of those, but, and it's not because of choice. I don't have a type per se. You know, there was one time I was with somebody, I was like, ooh, I found my type. But, and that took me, what, until I was fucking 46 or something to figure that out, 47. But I didn't stick around in that scenario because it ended cordially. We were good. But I will tell you, if this is who I'm thinking of, it's the same shit. It's like, really? No shit. I didn't sense a past life. I didn't sense this. That's what I feel like you're dealing with. Like, as if this is like a new person or something. And it's not. It's just, it is one of those things you just don't get it. And if that's not you, that it's this person. They're like, what the fuck? But it is hard to forgive somebody who took advantage of you, took you for granted, you know, disrespectful, you know, not nurturing you, not feeding you. And I don't mean food, feeding your soul. You know, it is hard to forgive multiple times, because this is not just one time. I could see here and there a certain friend or a best friend, you're more willing to be like, all right, cool, truce, squashed. Not this. I think this person hit every form of something your body or your soul craves, but it wasn't given to you. It was all about them. And I tried with somebody like that for a little while, trying to like get this person, like, I gotta get him to open up. I knew I wasn't holding his hand, but I knew it was kind of like a guided situation, because I really did feel it, end up feeling like a catalyst in that situation. But at the end of the day, it's almost like I can hold on to resentment and all these things, but then there's other times where it's like, man, I wish this person, you know, treated me better, because, you know, taking somebody back after, you know, they didn't consider much in regards to you, even if they had an awakening or whatever the case may be. I guess it just depends on you guys' scenario and your past lives. Because that's such beauty. As you reveal your innermost selves to each other, your bond will deepen. So maybe this is somebody that couldn't trust. They didn't even want to reveal certain shit to you. You know when somebody's scared of doing this, and I tell you guys, we don't have time to hold your hand, right? But in my scenario, I most certainly didn't hold his fucking hand, but I was very patient with him, and I'm very proud of myself, because I'm not typically a patient person when somebody is just neglecting how I feel, how I see things. This, you know, and it's just like sometimes you know you can't get it through someone's head, because, you know, they're just repeating the same shit. And I'm just like, okay, yeah, no. And that's when it becomes karmic. When you're with somebody for a certain amount of time, and a year later, around the same time, something else comes in and it plays out the same way. It's because somebody never closed the door to other scenarios, because somebody was so fucking hurt and is so jaded from this, they haven't let go of that pain. This is what that is. This is somebody you're dealing with. And maybe you wanted to be the one to show him, like, hey, you can love her, this and that. But, you know, even taking that stand, taking that place in a situation, it's draining your energy. And if you agree to do it, yes, but you have to know your limit. And it becomes difficult because there's feelings involved, you know. And, you know, this person was like, oh, I love you. I fell in love with you. Like, look, can we try? Blah, 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 blah. But couldn't tell me they loved me in person, or I could ask questions over the phone. If it had to do with anything emotional, it was a joke or it was bypassed. Very dismissive. And it's like, it's like, I know how you feel, but I've also been in those situations where I know how you feel. And it was a complete fucking shit show and set me back for a very long time. That was with the whole twin scenario. Fake twin scenario. He wasn't a fake twin. We don't have twins in this fucking lifetime, okay? Anywho. Yeah, see, I'm just getting a little bent out of shape. So it is a little bit of like triggering, but not to the extreme. It's not, because there's something here has to open up, but it's very hard to be patient. Like, I trained myself in a way, I convinced myself to be patient with this person, because I'm not big on patience and waiting for people to say how they feel. You know me. So I'm talking months and months, guys. Like, I did a good job being very patient and hoping that we could get somewhere before he realized whatever it was that was going to put him back into the Ten of Swords. Because that's what he ended up causing you, because this is somebody who has never healed from one person that hurt him that he was totally in love with. This is definitely somebody who has never healed from that situation. And it sucks to be the person to come in and have patience with that, knowing that that's what you're dealing with. So you give them a little leeway. Next thing you know, you're in a fucking cycle and you didn't even see yourself getting fucking trapped. Like, you thought about this person. You cared about this person. Like, there was times, you know, how's your day? How you feeling? I remember for an entire week, he knew exactly what was going on with me. He didn't once ask me how my day was. Is that petty of me to look for that? Maybe. But it's also my brain, my soul telling me, is this the right person for you? It might be. But if he can't express this or make you feel a certain way, he's not. Not right now. Not for some, maybe not ever. And it's just something you had to experience. But from what I'm seeing, it looks like there's a good chance it's going to come back around. And if anything, you're going to have a very hard time. As much as this person is struggling, you might allow to let something unfold, but your fucking walls are higher than fucking China. Because you know. And this person could switch just like that. And not even bipolar. It's more or less, you know, overthinking. People used to tell me all the time, oh, you're overthinking. You know, I was dealing with people that were overthinking way more than me and just try to play it cool. But you know when somebody tries to play a situation cool and it's just not fucking cool, right? So, I'm not disrespecting this person at all. I'm really not. Like, I have a lot of love for him. But from just some of the stuff I shared with you with this one person, it would have to be a complete 160, and it would take time for me, I think, to get to a certain point again. But there's times, if I look back and if you think about it, you've forgiven somebody, you let something go, and you jumped back in and looked at it with positivity. I guarantee a majority of us got hurt doing that too. But that's what would be needed in this situation. And it is, love's not enough. You know, all the things that actions and words, love is not enough. Love is a trigger. Love is a beautiful thing. Love is so many beautiful disasters, you know. Do I think you guys have a shot here? Yeah. And it wouldn't be like, you know, friends being, oh man, what are you doing? You know better, blah, 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 blah. That shit probably doesn't even fucking faze you. This is more in your head saying, I mean, how many times am I going to do this? So if this person does come around, I'm going to tell you right now, it's drastic. It's not, I mean, it's drastic. It has to be, because if it's not, there's no way in HELL you're even going to take this shot. You want your new fresh start elsewhere, and I don't blame you. I wouldn't fucking blame you guys at all. And for me, it could be like holding on to resentment, but it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I will get through that. I will work on it when it comes to my attention or whatever it may be. But I'm going to want to shift my brain. I'm going to want to distract myself. I'm going to want to start something new. That's the best thing you can do in certain situations. It's not like you're just dismissing it. You're feeling it. You're feeling anger, pain, sorrow. And it's almost like wanting to take it out on them or through attacks. But that doesn't make you feel better at the end of the day. It does nothing for you. but to upset you again. And then you got to talk yourself out of that energy again to get back into the energy. So if you're just looking at it, because I got to look at shit like this, like it's just over. Like it's exhausting. And I shouldn't have to tell somebody this is how you treat somebody. Or no. I mean, I found myself in some very uncomfortable situations many times. And, you know, that one night where it's like, seriously, like, get the fuck out. We're both drunk. And he literally, it was probably like 3 a.m. we were fighting. But he was angry because there was another girl that texted him. That's a whole nother different story. That's how I ended up waking up. And I slept at the house, guys. But for somebody, this is somebody got caught in the act. And instead of like just taking it and being calm for a second, their reaction was, fuck you, what'd you do? I'm not going through this again. I've already lived with a drunk, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I was in shock. I wasn't even in tears. I was in fucking shock because I've never had anybody treat me like that in my entire fucking life. And I knew it came from his past, but did I deserve it? Fuck no. That makes me feel like, how can I depend on you? How can I trust you? What? I fall in love. We talk about stories and make promises. But how many fucking times have you let me down? What, just because you come in and it's like, I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do, like, I already know this struggle is here for this person. And I'm not saying this is the read. I'm saying I've had scenarios like this very clear. And I am telling you a very personal story that caused me a lot of pain. And it was almost shocking, but it was almost laughable. Like, I didn't hold a grudge. I was at the point where I was like, this is fucking wild. Like, I've seen people react in all different ways, but oh, well, okay. There was a tower moment out of fucking nowhere. So, to me, it probably already happened. But again, the tower might have to come in again too and get you to be in this energy of this 10 of swords, because it is linked to your past life and you can choose for it to be over. And you don't have to take anyone back or whatever the case may be, or, you know, I'm hearing benefit of the doubt. But just because we had a night like that between me and him, I'm over it. I didn't hold a grudge. I understood where it came from, but I know for a fact it instantly pushed me away. I would never be with anybody that can tell you to get the fuck out of the house at 3 a.m. while we're fucked up. No matter how fucked up a scenario, I have never literally had someone look at me in the eyes, scream at me, and tell me to get the fuck out of that house. Good thing at the time I didn't take it so personally. I knew I couldn't drive. So I went downstairs and slept. And, you know, and this person really is a good person. But do you want to take on somebody else's karma? Because in the end, you might get burnt. But in the end, you might find beauty. That's the funny thing about love, right? Because my head's already telling me there's ample amount of red fucking flags. Like, so many red flags I wouldn't even consider. I mean, his house is a red flag. You know, I think for his birthday is something funny, because he still talks to me on there, you know. We were friends for a very long time. So we're past it. Do I still have certain resentment with certain stuff and how it went down? Yes. Did I ever get an apology for that stuff? No, because it's not somebody who's apologetic. But I should have known better, because I saw a red flag. I knew all this stuff, but I still gave him the benefit of the doubt. And that That person, that could have been one and done and over. But that tells me that whoever this person was that hurt him so deeply, they used to scream at each other. They used to probably tell each other, I'm done, I don't fucking love you. Like, it had to have been that fucking miserable for me to see that part of him. I don't want to sit around and think to myself, like, okay, I know for a fact this is still happening to you. Why would I want a chance when 2 weeks later something can shift because you're not talking about it with me? It's a risk. He'd probably laugh though, but I would put red flags in little spots everywhere. Honestly, he'd probably be a kick out of it, and he'd be like, yeah, no, that's me. That makes sense. Anyone who sees me is fucking red flag. And he wonders why, he keeps repeating lessons and there's no growth. You can age and you think your mindset changes a little bit, but I can tell you for a fact, knowing you, how I've known you for so long, you have not changed jack shit. And if all of a sudden you have, because I showed you or you showed somebody else a different type of love and was patient enough, then this person will, constantly think about you because, he's told me before, like, holy shit, like, you're the best person. You're fucking awesome. And he's told me I intimidate him. We're both very dominant. We're both very alpha, but he feels like that won't work. And I said that's not true. And I don't need to sit here and tell you why it's not true. Like, this is stuff you should already fucking know. You should have already figured out in life. But you held a grudge and then treated other people how she treated you. But I guarantee you didn't treat her that way. So why are you treating, not until the end, so why treat everybody else like this? Why dangle the carrot? Like, to me, some people are like, oh, fuck that, move on. I can't overthink about stuff. This isn't overthinking. This would be a situation that was so many things where you get to the point where you're exhausted and you just can't be bothered. It's like you're numb to it, and you just know better than to put yourself in that situation again. But I'm telling you, if there is this bond and this love, for some of you, this could work out. It would have to be a drastic change on somebody else's end, though. Drastic, guys. This person would probably have to have a conversation with you that they've never had with anybody. And I'm sure it's very uncomfortable and out of their comfort zone and this and that. Yeah, I get it. But you deserve that. You would expect that from a partner. I certainly hope the fuck you would. And you wouldn't tolerate the type of petty shit and, oh, I didn't stick around and tolerate it, guys. Don't mistaken me for a fool. I feel like sometimes I've been foolish, but I really wasn't. I did what I felt was best. And in the end, unfortunately, you got feelings for somebody. There's just so much has gone down. And I don't know, maybe the 5 of Cups was out for a while. This could be somebody who feels really bad about certain scenarios. And when some people can change like that and live their life differently. But for me, it's not holding a hand. It's just I've experienced so many things that I would be extremely hesitant. I would rather stay. I'm hearing you really don't know, because you really don't. Do I think you would be hesitant? I mean, that's a fucking given. But this is a soul connection. This is depth. So if somebody's not going to make you feel that depth, I know for a fact I'm not going to stick around. And I'm hoping for a fact my OGs wouldn't. once you can start feeling somebody opening up and being honest with you, and there's compassion and there's, honesty, and there could be anger, there could be tears, it doesn't matter. Unless something like that goes down where you could feel how this, until you can feel that they felt what you felt, there's not a chance in hell I would put myself through the same scenario. It's hurt every time, multiple times, 5 times, 8 times, whatever it may be, the length it is. Like, and again, this person that screamed at me like this is not a bad person. They're in pain, and I got the ass end of it, but it was an eye-opener for me. But at the same time, the way he loved her was probably unconditional and wanted to fix things, and she was just nasty, and it left him jaded. I am not making excuses for him. It's on him to live his life the way he sees fit, and if he continues to want to be a bachelor and this and that, and that's all out of fear, guys. That's fear, ego. It's not what somebody wants at the end of the day when they've had something so precious, that turned to shit because it was karmic. And now whatever this is for the last month or so has been turning karmic, and that has been coming into the readings. So you are finally at a spot with somebody where it is karmic, and that sucks, but it had to get that way, because whoever it is on the other end, if they really want to be with you and they love you, they got a lot to talk about. They have to trust you. They got to let you in. And if that's the case, I'm happy for you guys, because it's very hard realistically to get there. I haven't experienced it yet. Not saying I won't, or nor do I want to, or I do. I'm just saying in general, knowing from what I've learned and the pain I've experienced, and knowing that I have to acknowledge the things that I went through and felt and the experiences, it would take a whole hell of a lot for me to, good morning, put myself in that situation again. Yes, I could rather be friends, but it's hard just to be friends, and you don't want to cut the connection, so I get it. But this looks like it's destined, and that's been coming through the last few weeks. It's destined or fated. I think it's destined. I think it's both. I think it's in your blueprint. It's definitely, there's something here with that type of scenario, pain, that is possibly going to want your forgiveness or work it out, or eventually, just call a truce or whatnot. And sometimes you got to be the bigger person and say fine, because you don't want to hold that resentment. That's the worst thing you can do. Now imagine this person holding his for all those fucking years, guys. I mean, come on. And then projecting that, all the women that had to fucking go through his bullshit because of his fucking ego. And it's like, dude, you're not offering us anything but dick. So really think something through before you make a decision. But again, this is kind of telling me at the same time, if this is happening to you and this energy comes in within the next few days, which is saying it definitely is, you would have to notice something in the way they're texting you. It would have to be something, because this person wouldn't be able to just hit you up. Like, this would be a person that would hit you up months later and be like, and you'd be like, what the fuck? Dude, I haven't talked to you in fucking months. Did you, like, what? Why the fuck are you hitting me up out of the blue telling me what the fuck you're doing? Instead of just being like, I miss you. Hi, how are you? Oh, no. They'd rather, he, you know, had a couple of them. They just want to come back in and act like nothing fucking happened. You know, get the fuck out of here. I definitely, you know, don't hate this person, but I remember saying to myself, like, and only, you know, really two men in my life, and believe it or not, it wasn't even an ex-husband. You know, I hate what he did to myself and the family, but that's life. But I've gotten to the point where, again, two people is like, I'm starting to fucking hate you. I don't hate people, you know, and I'm starting to hate you because you're not understanding each scenario and pain and what we have gone through along the way, because they're too busy worried about their own fears, what they want to do, how they want to see something. You know, it's like those ignorant ass fucking people. You start to catch feelings, and then somebody right off the rip will be like, oh, you know, I don't want a relationship, this and that. And it's like instantly. You want to know why? Because that person doesn't want to have a relationship. They have feelings for you, and they want to shut them down because they don't want to address other things. Because when people hold on to pain and resentment and all this stuff, it's going to continue to like keep happening. It's going to keep happening until somebody has a major like awakening. Spirit could have even, you know, sat this energy down, sat their ass down, and, you know, put them in a situation where they had to experience or see something or dream something like scary, like seeing you, like, you know, a car accident, dying, something like that. Hey, buddy, you need me?
Huh?
I'll be done soon. Do you need me?
No.
Okay. Like almost to the point where they could have possibly have been torturing this energy. I do feel like, remember, just because you have bonds with people and they come back around, because I just got both the whole unconditional love thing again, it's not reciprocated. You know, keep the conversation short, because you're not going to get out of it what you think you might. And it's not worth playing a fucking guessing game. And like I said, love is just not enough sometimes. And I think people, you know, they hear that, but you know, until it really clicks with the other energy, nothing will be reciprocated. And it does suck. Do you think that was a comfortable situation? Like, love you more. Do you think that was a comfortable situation for me? What I had to endure? No. Fuck no. He's kicking me out of his house, guys. It's horrifying. It's just that feeling of like, wow, you know, like, can you forgive somebody for not seeing all this and they see it a little late? There's a chance. But only because you were destined to find each other again. For love, I don't even think it has anything to do with work. You never know where life takes you, but I think it's just like your person at the end of the day is how I'm kind of interpreting this read. So I think you would know exactly who this is if you're questioning it. And like I said, it's not the fake twin. It's not a fake twin in this fucking 3D. People think there's a real twin in the 3D and there's a fake twin in the 3D. There's no fucking, I fucking can't. Like, it's just ignorant. And I'm not calling you guys ignorant. I was just as fooled as you guys until, you know, I got the lowdown. So it's not just come from like one person or spirit or this and that. Like, it's not like that. It's, go watch that video I posted a few years ago. Misconceptions of a twin flame. You have them. It's in a different dimension. You never have them in this dimension, guys. You just don't. they're not needed here. It's for a higher realm. This realm, this is to have an experience of what life is. You can have a good one, bad one. You might get stuck having to do it again, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So this could be you, and, this energy comes in and you just feel like, discombobulated, out of sorts. You don't know what to do with it. And I think even if you had a deep conversation with somebody, obviously it could help, but it's still going to have you feeling like a little out of sorts because of how you guys just connected. It's like for the first time all over again. You might even get like this type of connection. And I'm not talking 10 of swords. I'm talking, past life, being protected by swords, gargoyles, people leaving gifts, food, flowers, So that does tell me that there's definitely a chance to make this probably scenario work, but it wouldn't and it won't unless the other person reciprocates and they really reciprocate, because I don't think this person realizes how they actually made you feel, and multiple things, guys. This is what I'm saying. So if Spirit's allowing this energy to come back in and try to have another shot with you, you might want to hear somebody out. I'm not going to lie. And if I didn't see what I'm seeing here in regards to these cards and stuff like this, no fucking way. I wouldn't tell you anything nice about any scenario here. But I'm the type of person, even though I experienced these things with other people are human and they make mistakes, and they, and sometimes they're just idiotic fucking mistakes and just plain stupidity. But until somebody feels what you have felt because of their own words, and not even to a certain extent, it would never work. So I do think Spirit hung an energy up that tried to probably push you out again or something, because it would be a repetitive cycle. Every spring, this comes in around the same time. People go back to the past. They do this, they do that. They say this, they say that. They don't follow through. It's habit. It's fear. But pay attention, because it doesn't feel good to be neglected. And it really does suck that for one whole week. Because I started noticing this person wasn't like, well, how's your day going? After they knew I was having a hard time with something. And I'd already gotten a fight with them, because they're like, well, maybe you should, see a counselor. And I'm like, holy fuck, like that is like the cruelest thing you can say. I'm trying to talk to you as a friend and telling you how I feel. Like, I was so blown away that somebody could be that naive. But there is people that are naive to that, because that feeling of love and all the other things that come with it has been torn from them, but not from the other person, because they continued to hold pain and a grudge and took it out on other people. This person has not grown. They may be getting older. They're certainly not getting wiser, and they're certainly not evolving, because they're proving the same shit to you. It's how it works. Cycles. Winter, spring, summer, fall. It's always fucking something. I mean, sometimes you're like, oh, winter, a snuggle buddy, or oh, this would be fun, or whatever, and it's like, no, it's the complete opposite. They shut down. They're fucking depressed. Don't like the fucking weather. It's like you can't fucking win. But that's not really who this person is. This person probably doesn't even realize, who they are and what they are. They've had a characteristic, a persona of somebody that probably not even, of somebody that they are proud of being, but it's not something you should be proud of being. Like being a playboy at your age, like it's actually fucking disgusting. Your lack of compassion is fucking disgusting. The words that come out of your mouth, you know, are disgusting. But I'm on another level when it comes to love and when it comes to depth. And do I think that this person could love me if this was my story a different way? Absolutely. But that's not on me. That's on them to see that. I shouldn't have to sit there and be like, oh, well, you shouldn't have to ever tell anybody how to love you. Or it just, you guys know what I mean, you know? It's exhausting. But for some of you out here, this is a situation where somebody absolutely, and you, honestly, guys, this could be somebody you dealt with from fucking 10 years ago, 15 years ago, a year ago. You've already, you know, moved on, dating somebody else, or this is something, you know, that's just recently come back around, or it's been around, but, you know, it's on and off and you're out. But now there's something destiny here, and destiny has been on the board for months now with spirit, whether it's your ancestors, their ancestors, like matchmaking, and you know, your guides are allowing it. So if your guides are allowing it, this, you know, there's some beautiful things to look forward to. So you might want to give somebody the benefit of the doubt. But I don't blame you for not wanting to. Like if this was just the average Joe, been here and done that, and this reading doesn't really resonate, that's good. That's good that you haven't experienced something like this. You know, kudos to you. We all experience pain in different ways, you know, but in regards to how I was referencing as an example for you, because I know that what this is saying. So others of you just look at it as, you know, petty. You're dealing with a clown, a little boy, whatever the case may be, it's nothing. It wouldn't be, I know this person could be a man. Like, you wouldn't be that person. You know, this would be something that you know is already karmic. You're shutting it down, yada, yada. That's why I feel like a majority of you, you're either going to know real quick, and it's only been a few weeks with somebody, whatever the case may be, and you're just like, yeah, right. And then the others of you is, you know, an experience like I experienced. And you would think for me experiencing such a thing, there's absolutely no way that I would give this person a second chance. I think I would. And I'm not saying that as of right now and where I'm at with this person, because not a chance fucking hell. You're so ignorant to so many things. It's all about him, and it's just, it's unfortunate. And I could spill so many things about this particular person or do this and hurt this person, but I'm just not that person. I am not that person. So is there a chance I would allow somebody to have this type of conversation with me? Yeah. Only because of this reading. If it wasn't for this reading and how it played out, there's no way in HELL would I even consider. But knowing who I am and certain depths and things about me, and knowing that if that person can make it better, why would you not give somebody another chance? I'm not talking it was the two of them and screaming matches and this and that. I'm talking just when somebody else is projecting things on you, but you know, you're smart enough to take yourself out of that scenario too. You know, that wasn't even the thing that bugged me the most. It was just, believe it or not, because people make mistakes. I would want somebody to forgive me if, you know, feelings and I'm sleeping with somebody and I lost my shit like that. I would want somebody to forgive me. Wouldn't you? What if this was you guys? And somebody really loved you and you pushed it away because of the pain and you kind of made somebody feel like this? Wouldn't you feel awful? Wouldn't you want to try to at least make amends? Wouldn't you hope that this person would forgive you? Doesn't mean you guys have to be back together. It's just, there's nothing wrong with forgiving somebody who projected a lot of things and you've endured a lot of things, and that part's shitty, guys. But at the end of the day, honestly, I would hope that somebody would forgive me if I said a couple things like that and I projected my pain onto somebody else, because it's not cool, it's not kosher. Anybody should deserve an apology. And the fact that he even thought that I was an alcoholic blew my fucking mind, but I did go to his house, days before and drank a bottle of fucking wine in 15 minutes to myself because it was just fucking tasty and delicious, and it happened. And then that's when all that happened, because I can get nasty on wine too. But it started because a girl hit up his phone. It's just stupid. It doesn't even matter. That's what I'm saying. Like, to be at a certain age and still dealing with shit like this, that's because, when somebody like that individual, not even saying a bad person, could do awful things and make people feel awful, but you're also responsible for yourself, right? I'm not justifying this person's actions. I'm just saying that scenario happened once, and then I had other scenarios play out. I just know if I projected energy onto somebody like that, I would instantly be feel guilty, probably. Yeah, I think I would, It probably didn't even faze this person, because they're still holding on to the pain and they're still looking at everybody that comes into their life as that type of person that can just do that. But looking back and looking at this reading, I would hope somebody would forgive me. Think about it. Now, if somebody's constantly being a dick and doing the same thing over and over and is karmic, fuck that. This is a situation that is currently karmic, but spirit is trying to situate. It's in your blueprint. They could have went to plan B already if they wanted to, trust me, because there's going to be some people up there that are like, what the actual fuck? Like my mother, or like, you know what I'm saying? But it's shit like that. But eventually, she'll realize, how it works. You get schooled when you go back up there too, So, and apparently I teach people who, before they even come here, so they have a little bit of a bonus, I guess. I don't know. I didn't even know I was capable of reaching people. I was told multiple times that I connect with people in different realms, and more than I do with people in the Matrix, guys, which blows my fucking mind, because I didn't even know that was a thing. So my shit scenario that I went through, I shared with you because for some of you, if this person wants to have a conversation and is putting effort into it, then maybe see where things go. It would be very obvious, though. This isn't like the run-of-the-mill read, guys. It's from start to finish. And honestly, if it wasn't for that read, and for me turning the scenario around, if I did that to somebody, I hope that person would forgive me, because, right thing to do. It doesn't mean you got to be friends or anything. You know, it's just, I would just be that person. I would still go and ask for forgiveness because it's pretty fucking awful of that scenario to play out with me, and or me playing the same scenario out with them. But speaking of, you know, self-worth, evolution, things we know, we've learned, and if you really connect with spirit and you kind of feel the way I feel, and it's like, oh, that kind of makes sense, then, you know, good chance it's your read. And it doesn't mean it's going to come in this weekend, but there is something for sure coming in, whether it takes until Monday, Tuesday, within the next 8 days, within the next 3, 5, 8, 5, 6, 7, 8, yeah. And I'd like to say, like, this is the message for that other person to open up, but I'm also seeing, like, this is spirit, you know, allow yourself to open up too during this conversation or communication, or, you know, it could be real easy to be like, yeah, this, or stop hitting me, yeah, you know, like, it's, something would have to be said through communication, and you would know this read would be for you. That's kind of the only way. As if you're going towards somebody or they're coming towards you, and you know, to me, you're not really giving it much thought. And if you are giving it a lot of thought right now, then I think for a majority of the collective, it's just, what the fuck? Don't people love people anymore? Don't people, you know, like, have compassion? Don't people, you know, it's one of those type of things. Shouldn't we be, like, dancing under the fucking stars? Why am I surrounded by this? It's like, for some of you, this is an awakening. And then maybe the person comes in. Like, two people have to be willing to make it work. And it's not because you love each other. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than love. A connection is deeper than love. When your soul recognizes something, that's when you learn it's okay to forgive. It's okay to, you know, because you're going through the ringer. Others of you, this would be something that hasn't been going for too long. If it's just matrix bullshit, narcissistic fucking players, you know, whomever you're dealing with. I've dealt with 50-year-olds that are still cocky as fucking feel like they can still feel like they're the same person they were in high school. You know, still living that life, you know, giving the persona of somebody who will always be single, hurts women, you know, all about themselves. You know, their friends know them to be that person. It's the persona they projected because it made them feel like a man for some reason, unfortunately. You know, so enjoy your weekend, guys. Honestly, if it doesn't involve another person, be gentle with yourself and know the energy is going to shift within the next, honestly, couple days, 6 days at the most, because a majority of you, this would be self-compassion, self-love, seeing it in the sorts, okay, I could only do what I could do, it's out of my hands, moving on to the next scenario. That's how you evolve. That's how you live. You came here for this experience. Enjoy it. You guys have an amazing weekend. And I just got pulled to my certificate again. It was what? Most, fuck, what was it again? Most accomplished, what the fuck was it again? Because it has to do with you guys. Most improved. So to me, something here is about to improve in your life. And for some of you, it doesn't even have to do with another person. It's your self-worth. It's your own self-respect to, move on from this and not hold on to it. Because we know we have to evolve. We know there's somebody out there that will treat us the way we deserve to be loved. And just because you love somebody and they're not loving you the way you want them to love you, doesn't make them a bad person. You just have to be strong enough to say goodbye. You also have to be strong enough to forgive yourself and others in certain scenarios like that. Not consistent scenarios like that, and you're dealing with it. Someone's telling you to get the fuck out for years. Like, no, that's just stupidity, and I hope I don't hurt anyone's feelings. We've all done it. But just know you're at a different stage of your life, and your life is getting better because of the moves and the thought process you make. It has nothing to do with anybody else. So, could be triggered this weekend. Deal with it if you can. Others of you will turn into something possibly resolving. It's about how you want to look at it and not being naive about it. You just know what you want in your life. And when you know what you want in your life, you have that security and knowledge to keep it moving as much as what you've endured and experienced to keep it moving. And again, he's only done that to me once. And I'm not saying this is him. I'm just giving you guys a very realistic scenario that you can relate to. Because I didn't think I'd ever say that out loud on YouTube with you guys. It's humiliating. It's embarrassing. But it's fucking life. So if you're going to let someone keep, battering you, good luck with that. Sorry. But not sorry. And I don't have time to be held back to teach other people in this scenario, not you guys, like this person, as much as, I whatever it was, you just, this is about you, okay? Even if there's somebody else here, it's still about you. When you forgive somebody, that means you still have to go up to, you still have to trust, you still have to open up, you still have to listen. Like there's still so many things. Just because you decide to do something about a situation or whatnot, actions speak louder than words. If this energy continues to do that, then you made a mistake. You'll figure it out in time why. But for now, some it's a hard lesson. Others of you were a catalyst, and it's still painful and heartbreaking, or just very disappointing. This is more than death of an ego, guys. This is saying this isn't the first time around. Like this feels like a different meant to be. Like it makes no sense. When you think you find those soulmates, and it's like, yeah, and then you're not with them, and you look back and you're like, wow, this does feel like one of those scenarios where you never really consider that person this way, or it's very random. It would be a very random feeling. You would understand what I'm saying, and you would understand what I'm saying if you've gone through something like that. So it would make sense to you. You'd be able to place it. You'd be able to feel it. You'd be able to understand and take in what I'm saying. For others of you, if you haven't experienced that yet, let this motherfucker go. Douchebag, whoever the fuck it is. He, she, fucking they, penis, whatever they fucking have these days. Okay? The fuck. I love you guys so much. Have a fabulous weekend and take care of yourselves. Enjoy. Love you. Bye.